Point Park women's soccer fans are here with Maggie Kuhn, first-year head coach. She was hired in the spring, ready to get going on the season opener here this Sunday. Coach, how has your time been so far at Point Park? What are some of the things that you made sure to do in the off-season and the preseason to get ready here?
Well, my time so far has been absolutely tremendous. The girls have been great. In every single practice, they're getting better and better. So that's exciting for me. During the off season, since I was kind of hired in May, I really didn't get a chance to formulate any kind of relationship with the girls. So in the summer, I emailed a lot and texted just to try to kind of build a foundation for a relationship in the fall.
How has the preseason gone? We've just got on the other side of the preseason, played a couple scrimmages. How did that go? You had 2 weeks of practicing twice a day and scrimmaged a couple of times.
I felt that preseason went pretty well, and like I said, I felt like I had a lot to do on besides building off of what they've done in the past, but learning what their strengths and weaknesses were as players and as a team. So I spent a lot of time doing that as well.
What were some of the things you were emphasizing besides getting to know each other in the preseason? For example, were you working on fitness, positioning, ball skills, offense, defense? What were you trying to get down? I know you're big on the fundamentals.
Yeah. Well, fitness, is always going to be an issue, but like I told the girls, if, they didn't come into camp fit, there's no way I was going to get them fit in 2 weeks. So a lot of the fitness was kind of disguised in some of the exercises that we did in hopes that every day they would build more and more on it. But like you said, I'm very big on doing the simple things well, so we focused a lot on, the quality of our touches and movement off the ball.
Okay, what are the strengths of this year's team? Things that you're good at, and what are the weaknesses, things that you need to improve on?
Well, strengths that I've seen thus far have been definitely defensively. Our defensive intensity is tremendous, and our attitude to get back behind the ball after we've lost it. So that's exciting for me because I stress defense a lot. Weakness-wise, it's still keeping the ball on the floor and, the quality of our touch and pass, as well as support. Every day we're going to work more and more on that stuff.
Now, talking about the two scrimmages that you had, you tied 0-0 versus St. Vincent and beat Bethany, your old school, their alma mater, and where you were an assistant for 7 years, 5-1. We saw a lot of good defense there, only 1 goal against in those 2 games, and you got some goals to go in versus Bethany. What are some of your thoughts coming out of those 2 scrimmages? What did you like? What did you want to work on?
Well, I went in with into the scrimmages. Obviously, I wanted to win, but it was more so to get a feel for what combinations of players would work right together. So, everybody got a chance to compete. I was really impressed by the girls' attitude to not quit. They played hard the entire, everyone played hard the entire scrimmage for both games. So that was something that was exciting for me.
Very good. From last year, this team had 10 starters who were freshmen or sophomores. All of those are back. A lot of experience gained there. How will it help this year's team to have that experience, being a year older and wiser, and you added some nice new players to that as well?
That's the experience that they've gained through playing last year, and especially I believe I was told that the conference that they were in was very good soccer-wise. Well, what I have seen from watching them is how physical they are, and I think that that's not something that you can just come in being a high school senior. You don't realize how physical and quick the game is. So that experience, I believe, is definitely going to help them.
Now, this team has been close in years past. Had a great start to last year, 4-5, and then had a losing streak there to finish things up. But they've lost some games, 1-0, 2-1. They've never really been blown out too much in recent years. Defense has always been good. How does this team go from a team that is, close to getting those wins to, maybe turning those into ties or getting on the plus side, getting in the win column? Because they've been very close.
Well, I've been talking a lot to them about I want to see what the character of this team is and how they're going to respond when sometimes things don't go the way that we want them to. And we've been talking about that a lot in practice, as well as playing some games where they have to, they're put into a situation where they have to think like that. So hopefully at some point when we're in those close games, they can rely on what they've done in practice to help them either come out with the win, or if we're down, get a goal so that we can either tie it or win.
The importance of the early season, if the team were able to get some wins under its belt and get some confidence, how much would that do for the team? And conversely, if you start off with a loss here or two, the importance of not getting too down on that.
Well, I mean, in females, confidence and belief is everything. So if we could get a couple wins under our belt, I think that it would really, really help us down the road confidence-wise, because we would have that belief that we could do it, which I think is very important.
Of course. With the new conference this year, the Kentucky Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, where do you think you'll fit in that league? It might be tough to tell. Point Park's never played any of those teams. You were picked third in the preseason in the preseason conference coaches poll. Where do you think you'll end up, and what your goals within the KIAC?
Well, obviously, goals are to win, but to tell you the truth, I really don't know, and I kind of just want to take it one game at a time. I think being in a third, fourth seed option is good for us, because we can't be too high and we can't be too low attitude-wise with it. It gives us room for something to prove to everybody.
All right, very good. Coach, I want to thank you for taking the time. This has been Point Park Women's Soccer Head Coach Maggie Kuhn getting ready for the 2012 season. Good luck, and we'll be checking in with you throughout the season.
Thank you.